Hello, Louisville. Guess who's coming to dinner? Well, hello, Louisville. It's Monday, the 1st of March. And today, it's just me. But I want to take this time out just to share with you my ideas for what is going to be celebrated all this month as Women's Month. Yes, March is Women's Month. And I thought about something that I wanted to do first to acknowledge and remember a couple of women, or rather 3 women, actually, I've chosen, that had a great impact on our city. Hello, Louisville. Guess who's coming to dinner? Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button. And what I want to do is I want you to work with me as I attempt, and all of my pictures are gone. No, they're not. To bring up the first lady that I would like, well, it did go away, to share with you. That's a picture of Miss Alberta Jones. I want to tell you the story. Some of you know the story of Alberta Jones. I didn't know the whole story of Miss Jones, but I just want to share her story with you, if you don't mind, as a part of my salute to women. On for Women's Month. Everything right here, okay. Okay, Miss Alberta Jones. She was born in November 1930. I might as well. She was born in November 1930. To Sarah Sadie Frances Crawford and Odell Jones in Louisville, Kentucky. She attended Louisville Central High School and the Louisville Municipal College for Negroes, which would later merge with the University of Louisville in 1951. Jones was the first African American to attend the University of Louisville Law School in 1956. However, she transferred to Howard University School of Law, where she earned a law degree from the Howard University School of Law in 1985. In 1959, she became one of the first African American women to pass the Kentucky bar. You know, passing the bar is not an easy thing to do. Jones opened a law office in downtown Louisville and was hired. Okay, come on, don't do this to me. Come on. And was hired. Okay, where am I? Jones opened a law office in downtown Louisville. Now, that's her picture that's on the building right there at 6th and Muhammad Ali, on the side of the building that used to be the River City Bank. She opened a law office in downtown Louisville and was hired by boxing legend Muhammad Ali to represent him and negotiate his first professional boxing deal. Jones participated in the 1963 civil rights marches in Louisville and marched on Washington on August 28th of that year. In 1964, Jones was appointed city attorney in Louisville, becoming the first woman to ever hold the office. Okay, that moved on me. Okay, to hold that position. In February of the following year, Jones was also appointed prosecutor for the Domestic Relations Court, a first for a woman or a person of color. As the first female African American prosecutor in Louisville and an ardent advocate for civil rights, Jones was responsible for prosecuting mostly white men for spousal abuse. She was a member of the Falls City Bar Association, the Louisville Bar Association, and the American Bar Association, and also a member of Eta Zeta chapter of Zeta Phi Beta sorority. On August 5th, her body was found in the Ohio River off Louisville's Sherman-Mitten Bridge. She was 34 years at the time of her death. Autopsy report revealed that Jones had several blows to the head before being tossed unconscious into the water, where she drowned. Her rented car was found several blocks from the bridge with traces of blood in it, and her purse was found hanging from the bridge 3 years later, according to Black Past. The case remains unsolved to date. Over the years, according to Jones's family, they've been told that there isn't enough evidence to arrest anyone. Original investigators are no longer living, or the evidence no longer exists. 3 years ago, Jones's case was reopened, funded by the Emmett Till Unsolved Civil Rights Crime Act, but nothing came of it. And to date, nothing has come of it. That was the life of Miss Alberta Jones. Sometimes we hear people's names, but we don't know the whole story. So sometimes it's important to take a minute to tell the story, or at least to share the story with an audience that is listening to see about and may know now when they see that picture, they will know the story of Miss Alberta Jones. So that's in celebration of Women's Month, we celebrate the life and the legacy of Miss Alberta Jones. The next person that I want to bring forth, this is a lady that became a very good friend of mine. She was a friend to the whole city. She was a very vibrant woman. She was, okay, let me do this right. Just hold on, work with me. Okay, she was, okay, and I lost that picture. Okay, and that person would be, I don't see what I did with the picture. But that picture is none other than Senator Georgia Powell. Senator Powell was the first woman of color to become a state senator here in Kentucky. And as you know, as you drive along Shawnee Parkway, there is a section of the parkway from, actually it's 264. When you come around the, coming past Cane Run Road, well, actually when you get to Dixie Highway, from Dixie Highway on around, coming into the west, that section of that interstate is Senator Georgia Powell's highway, and that was dedicated to the memory of the senator. She was a supporter of the NAACP and most the Urban League. She marched with Reverend King, and she was an avid activist in this city. She worked for the community. She was no joke, and we were very proud to have her represent us. And so I had the picture of her, but I'd have to go through a whole lot, and you'd see a lot of different things on the screen for me to go back and find it. But she's the second person that I wanted to remember. And as time would have it, when I was a young girl, I actually was given the opportunity to work in her office. I worked in her offices as well as long at Representative May Street Kids' office when I was a teenager. So these women had a profound effect on my life, watching how they made things happen, how they carried themselves, and the respectability that they earned in this community. And they should be honored and remembered. And that's Senator Georgia Davis Powell, along with Representative May Street Kidd. The other person that I wanted to talk about today is, well, I'll wait because she's the finale. But what I want to tell you is I've been getting in touch with several different women in the city to be highlighted during this month on Mondays and Fridays. Um, I won't tell you all of who they are. You'll start to see promotions come on Instagram and Twitter that will be having special premiere highlighted guests on Mondays and Fridays at 7 p.m. So that means we're going to have about approximately 8 to 9 guests that I think you'll be really excited to see who they are and tune in to hear what they have to say. The other thing that I want to say about the month is that every day this month, aside from the Monday and Fridays, I will be restreaming all the interviews that I've had with the women of Louisville that I've interviewed so far. So I can go back and say 3 of the councilwomen, Councilwoman Green, Keisha Dorsey, Paula McCraney, former Councilwoman Barbara Sexton Smith, former President of the NAACP, Janice Bishop Carter. Who else did I have? I had Miss Ann Hagan from Park Duval. I also had a Arnita Gadsden. That's an interview that you really should check out because she talks about she's over the West Jefferson County Task Force, which monitors the air quality, the pollution in our city. I had First Lady Joanne James. So these are some of the interviews maybe that you didn't get to see. So I'm going to be running these every week to Dr. Ferguson, Dr. James Etta Ferguson with the new villages at West Jefferson. I just had her on a few weeks ago. I was trying to do all this by memory. I'm good, but sometimes I'm not that good. But these interviews will be ongoing for the whole month. You should be able to see different interviews every day, not necessarily at 7 o'clock. I think they'll probably run from 1 to 3, and then they'll run from 3 to 7, and then they'll run again from 7 to 10. That'll be 1 week of maybe 4 or 5 interviews. The next week will be 4 or 5 different interviews because I've have enough interviews to do the whole month. So I would like to just restream those interviews because I really want to promote them. I want to do a better job of promoting than I haven't had in the past because I was very new to this starting out. I've gotten a little bit better, hopefully a lot better. And I want to invite my audience to participate by going to Facebook Live or YouTube Live. Not necessarily live. We won't have to be live now, but you can just go to my page, Jantastic Productions, on Facebook or on YouTube, and you can find all of the interviews on either one of those sites. And coming up, they will both be on both those sites. All the interviews, past and present, will be on those sites. Jantastic Productions on Facebook and Jantastic Productions on YouTube, along with Jantastic Productions on Roku. Yes. We have our own Roku channel. It's called Jantastic Productions. And you can go there if you have a Roku stick or you have a Roku TV or a smart TV. All you have to do is download Jantastic Productions onto your TV, onto your Roku stick, and you can just go and watch it on your TV rather than having to sit at a computer or watch it on your phone. Sometimes it's nice to see a big screen version of what's going on. So that's what's going to be happening this March, the month of March, for Women's Month. And when you go to Facebook, you like us, follow us. We need numbers. We're still trying to generate our numbers so that we can get a following, so everybody's involved and knows what's going on and has an opportunity to see what's happening in the community. Sometimes you hear from voices that you don't hear from on a regular basis, and that's really what I want to bring to you. Is they're not unsung so much, but they're maybe a little unsung, but they need to be highlighted. You need to know who they are, where they are, what's going on, what they're doing. And they've got some fantastic things happening in their lives that they're doing for our community. And on that note, I want to say join us this Friday. Start looking for promos. You'll be seeing them pop up. And join us on YouTube. You need to subscribe to us. All it is a click on that little red button that says subscribe. Doesn't take any more than that. And that way, whenever we have something coming up that's going to come on YouTube, you will be notified. That's the good thing about the YouTube situation. So you'll be notified. So we want you to tune in. Every day you're going to see some interviews. Enjoy them. Let us know what you think. Make comments. Send us comments. Share them. We give you all this information, and it doesn't do any good if you don't share it. We need to share what's going on in our community with everybody, so everybody is aware of what's happening, because we've got some pretty outstanding people doing wonderful works in the city. And this month, we're just going to highlight the women. So join me on Friday as we celebrate Women's Month right here on Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. Until then, this is yours truly, your host, Janice Carter Miller. Take care. I'll see you then. No, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I did that. The main person I want to highlight is my mama. My husband had to tell me, come on, I've been taking my medicine, so it must not be working today. But I want to talk about a woman that moved to Louisville, Kentucky when she was 14 years of age. She's a graduate of Lincoln Institute. She's a Lincolnite. Her name is none other than my mama, Miss Emily. Emily. Okay. Okay. Is it there? There we go. There's Miss Emily. Miss Emily Monroe Carter Covington. That's my mother. I lost my mother about a year ago. She was 93 years of age. My mother was a very integral part of the fabulous Ebony Fashion Fair fashion show that used to come to Louisville every Thanksgiving weekend for almost 40 plus years before they stopped having it. My mother was also the president of the lay organization for the Western Region Conference of AME Church here in Louisville, Kentucky. She was a lifelong member of St. James AME Church. My mother she loved to play beat whist. She loved to go to the racetrack. She loved her family. She was the very kind of focal point in our family because she was an organizer. She helped to organize the very first family reunion that our family, Heron Bradford family, started to have. And that has been going on for 44 years straight. We only missed last year for the first time ever. And that was because of COVID. Um, but I want to celebrate my mother, Mrs. Emily Covington, for being the woman that she was that made me the woman that I am. So, on that note, celebrate somebody in your family. Let somebody know. Do something special for some woman in your family that needs some recognition. Not necessarily needs some recognition, but deserves some recognition. Everybody can recognize a woman in their life who means a lot to them. And sometimes we just have to take time out to do that. And I want to honor my mother because she was an honorable and loving woman. And on that note, I say I'll see you on Friday, and then you'll just have to guess who's coming to dinner. You'll have to check in and see. On that note, I'll see you. Take care of yourselves. Stay masked up. Keep your distance. Get your COVID shot. We've got some PSAs running about seniors. Seniors, you got to go get those COVID shots because we want everybody to be safe. COVID is no joke, and it's not over. Just because you get the shot, it's not over. Just remember that. Take care of yourselves. Till Friday. Bon appetit.